The NBA on Christmas Day, one of the most historic and most tradition events in sports. Starting back since 1947, the NBA has always had at least one game on Christmas Day. The first one, of course, in Madison Square Garden with the New York Knicks against the Providence Steamrollers. Throughout the years, the NBA has been trying to put their best teams and their best matchups on this day, such as the Cavs Warriors for the past 2 seasons, and almost every year they try and put a finals rematch. Big storylines, big rivalries, big player rivalries like Kobe and Shaq. They did the year after Shaq left. But time to look at why you should be excited for this year's Christmas Day games. Our first Christmas Day matchup goes with the New York Knicks against the Philadelphia 76ers. Now for the 76ers, they have not played on Christmas Day in over a decade, so this is a big deal for them. And as for the Knicks, they've been on Christmas Day every single year since 47, besides 5 years, or something like that. Or 10. It's something like that, though. But the Philadelphia 76ers, as of right now, by the time I'm making this video, are 1 game under 500 and have lost 7 of their last 8 games. Or, 6 of their last 7. So it's time for them to start getting on a win streak. Right where they are right now, the Kings, Raptors, and Raptors is who they play before the Christmas Day game. So they should win 2 of those 3. And this is going to be good because a lot of people have not seen Ben Simmons play yet. He is having a great season so far. Of course, you guys know I am big on Ben Simmons. I think he's going to be a real special player in this league. And then going on to the New York Knicks side, it is in the Garden. And the Knicks, at this point I'm making the video, are 16-14, 7th in the Eastern Conference. They have won 4 of their last 5 games. They have 2 more games before Christmas Day. That's the Celtics and the Pistons. They should win. They should split those games. But honestly, the most excited part I am to see is Kristaps against Embiid. 2 of probably the best centers or young big men in the league. Both can space the floor, so that should be a very good matchup, y'all. Of course, a lot of people aren't going to watch this game out of the 5. That's probably the worst one, or the second worst. But it should be a pretty good 12 o'clock game. I'm very excited to see how these teams go. Coming in next on our list is the Washington Wizards at the Garden against the Boston Celtics. Now, the Washington Wizards are 16-14. They're tied with the Knicks as the 7th seed in the East. For most people, they have not been exceeding expectations. They've lost a lot of games they should be winning, like games against the Mavericks and games against the Suns and the Lakers. And they just have been looking on and off all season. Before Christmas Day, they play the Pelicans, the Nets, and the Magic by the time I'm making this. I'm very excited to see how this team does. They're ranked 12th in the NBA in offensive rating and 10th in defensive rating. But, of course, they're playing the number 1 seed Boston Celtics, which means we get a matchup of John Wall and Kyrie Irving. The Celtics come into this game, or the time I'm making this video, 26-7. The number 1 seed in the East. So, definitely exceeding expectations out of everyone. And, like I said, number 1 defensive rating team in the NBA. Kyrie is playing great basketball along with their young players such as Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. So if they keep this up, they could easily be a 1 or 2 seed in the East, compete with the Cavs. But this should be a very exciting game. This game is at 5:30, of course. Time to look at our next matchup. Coming in now at the 8:30 Eastern, at the 8:30 Eastern game on ABC is the Oklahoma City Thunder against the Houston Rockets. This game is in Oklahoma City. It's at 8 o'clock. But let's start with the Thunder. The Thunder have not been at expectations. Definitely not for me. I thought they were going to compete with the Warriors. They are 15-15, still 7th in the Western Conference. But they have just been losing to teams that they just should not be losing with that much talent. They've lost to the Jazz, the Kings, the Nuggets, the Pelicans, the Pistons, the Mavericks, the Magic, the Nets, the Hornets. And it's just an ongoing pace. They are 24th in the league in points per game. but they have one of the best defensive teams, top 2 in the league. But I just hope they start turning things around. And the team they are going up against, the Houston Rockets, the #1 team in the NBA up to date. By the time I'm making this video, which is December 19th, they are on a 14-game winning streak, and they play the Lakers and Clippers before Christmas Day. So this streak could easily be at 16 for Christmas Day. Right now, they are 25-4, have a 3-game lead in front of the Celtics for the best record. In the league, and a game and a half above the Warriors. Game and a half above the Warriors for both the record and the West, my bad. And they are first in offensive rating and 6th in defensive rating. Chris Paul and Harden are doing this thing. Definitely an MVP type year for James Harden. Hopefully they can keep it up. And I'm really excited for this game, seeing James Harden and Chris Paul go at it, or James Harden and Westbrook. And I think it should be a great game. Ariza against Paul George. So hopefully the Thunder can turn things around before Christmas, so we get a great game. And then the 8 o'clock game, y'all, the 10:30 game if you're on the East Coast, 7:30 if you're on the West Coast, is the Minnesota Timberwolves at the Los Angeles Lakers. The NBA likes to put on the Lakers, despite how trash they are some seasons. But talking about the Timberwolves, they're 18-13, 4th in the Western Conference, y'all. They're 8th in points per game, but their defense is in the bottom 5. Number 26 in defensive rating. So they really need to get their stuff figured out defensively. But offensively, that Towns, Wiggins, and Butler trio is looking really good. They're all around the 19 points per game area. So it's a really balanced starting 5 with Gibson and Jeff Teague. So they are playing great ball lately. They've won, 4 of their last 6, 5 of their last 7. So they're just playing very good ball. Very impressed with them. Hopefully they can keep it up for the rest of the season. Would have loved to see them compete with the Spurs or the Rockets or the Thunder or the Warriors in the playoffs. Then going over to the Lake Show side, who has the home game in this event. The Lakers, 10-18. They're 11th in the Western Conference. And this isn't an excuse, but they have had a pretty tough schedule lately. Let me just read you off their schedule from, last Thursday till Christmas. Alright, so last Thursday they played the Cavs, they played the Warriors last night, then they played the Rockets tomorrow, then they played the Warriors on Friday, the Trailblazers before Christmas, and the Timberwolves on Christmas. So, very, very tough schedule. A lot of pressure on Lonzo, but on the real, he's playing pretty well. Almost 10 points a game, 7 rebounds, 9 assists. I'm very excited to see this game. In my opinion, it's going to be good seeing some young talent that could take over the Western Conference in a couple years. So, Brandon Ingram against Andrew Wiggins or Jimmy Butler, whoever they have on them, that'll be a great matchup to see. And I'm real excited for this one. Now, time to look at the #1 Christmas Day game to watch. And ladies and gentlemen, the #1 Christmas Day game to watch. The Cavaliers and the Golden State Warriors for a 3rd consecutive Christmas Day. The first one, as you guys can see the highlights here, in 2015 after the Warriors won a championship. It kind of reminds me right now of the situation with Isaiah Thomas, kind of with Kyrie. If you guys remember, Kyrie did get hurt the finals before, so he didn't play all season until the Christmas Day game, and it was kind of a mystery if he was going to play or not. And I was really, really hoping that he would play. And at the end, he did. He did not. Really, no one played well in the Cavs that game. LeBron shot like 33% or something like that. And I still remember my dad when we were driving back from Columbus from seeing our family. He was like, "Oh, LeBron's past his prime. He can't beat this Warriors team." I was like, "Shit." And then we all know what happened in the finals that season. 3-1 happened. So yay. And then going into. But talking about the Warriors for a quick second. The Warriors this season are 24-6. They are 2nd in the Western Conference, 2nd best record in the NBA, 2nd best offense in the league, and 5th best defensive team. And looking at their past couple games, they're on an 8-game win streak. Oh, that's my Looking at their schedule, they have won 9 straight games. A lot of pretty easy teams such as the Magic, the Pistons, the Mavericks, the Lakers. but they should be able to continue this win streak to 12 games once it hits Christmas Day. And then looking at the quick reminder, Steph Curry has been out the past couple weeks with a ankle injury, and he is still questionable for Christmas Day. Hopefully he does play. I would like to see him and Isaiah both on the court. That'd be pretty dope. But looking at the Cavs side, they are 23-8, and if you guys remember, they started the season off 4-7. A lot of people were questioning the new players, were questioning Dwayne Wade's role, J.R. Smith's role, even questioning LeBron. And then they went on a 13-game win streak. Then they lost one game, and now they've won 17 of their past 18 ball games. So they're on a 4-game win streak as of right now. Their next 2 games are against the Bucks and the Bulls before Christmas, so they should easily win those 2 and be ready for Christmas Day. Like I said, the big ordeal is Isaiah Thomas. Hopefully he does play. I know he'll be on a minute restriction, but it would be cool to see how he does with this rivalry. And just to look at last year's Christmas game, that Kyrie hit the game winner and won by 1 point. I mean, do y'all remember that? For real. That was honestly one of the best Christmas Day games I've probably ever seen. Just a real back and forth game. Remember, the Warriors had a 14-point lead and then blew it in the fourth quarter. Kyrie and LeBron came up real clutch, won the game by 1 point. At that time, they had the 2 best records in the league. So right now, these are probably the 2 of the 3 best teams in the league right now. I think the Rockets are better than both the squads right now at this point. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. This game is at 3 o'clock Eastern. I hope you guys watch this one. This one will be really a great game, I think. And high intensity like last year, too. I remember Draymond got an early technical. But yeah, make sure you guys leave a like. Subscribe if you guys are new. Tell me your predictions for the games. I have bets on every single game with my friend that's a Celtics fan. You bum. But yeah, like I said, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like, subscribe if you guys are new. This is OVO signing out. Yee.